Hi everyone, this is guidance for November. So it's been a really rough year, hasn't it? It's not been easy. There's been a lot going on energetically. Now, even the most slumbersome, sleeping person will just see or sense that there is something going on in this world, okay? There is so much going on politically, energetically, collectively, and individually. Okay, so just take a moment to feel that. The collective energy has been huge. There is so much going on. Then when we have a look at society, politics, that kind of thing, all the structures that supposedly hold this world together, although that's a facade and an illusion, there is so much turmoil, lies, deception, drama, chaos going on, and no doubt you've been, if not watching or following, at least seeing glimpses of this whole Trump and Clinton debate, and it's just a big joke, okay? They're just having a big laugh at our expense. So there's so much more to this than a lot of people can see or understand, and we don't all know everything, but I do get a sense, as many others are, that there's so much going on behind the scenes and that nothing is as it appears, okay? We are being fooled, and it's like having the wool over our eyes, okay? But as the veil is thinning through the energies, we are being, well, we're starting to see glimpses of the truth, okay? And trust in that. When you watch something that's going on the news, whether it's some kind of negative event or politics, I always say politics, schmolitics, because I know it's a whole big sham and scam. We're being scammed, okay? But outside of that, if you get any sense through any of that, or anyone in your life, any person or situation, or through work or family or friendships or whatever it is, if you get any sort of feelings of knowing, or like you know the truth, or you can see, trust in that feeling, okay? And it might just be a glimpse for now, but over time you'll be able to develop that and the pieces will come together more. That's what the angels are showing me right now, is like jigsaw pieces coming together. Okay, so, and I know that for some of you, you feel like somebody just grabbed the puzzle of your life and threw all the pieces on the floor and stood on them and trumped on them, and then half the pieces are missing and you can't find them. I get it, it's not easy, but things will get better, okay? There's a lot more promise and hope for next year, but I'll be bringing further messages about that. So for November, know that you are on the right path no matter what is happening. If you're on the wrong path, you're still on the right path. Which means that it doesn't matter. If there's stumbling blocks, you will get back on track, okay? So keep doing what you're doing, keep trusting and believing in yourself, and don't give up hope. Really look on, I was already speaking about the truth just before, but really look at not only finding balance in your life, because that's quite important this month, which I'll go into in a moment, but also truth, as I said, okay? Being a truth seeker, challenging authority, challenging what others believe, challenging supposed truths that are out there, and validating it with your own sense of intuitive truth. As I said before, even if it's just glimpses for now, that is something, trust in those glimpses. It's like deja vu is a glimpse of knowing, okay? So excuse me, just coming out of the flu. Okay, so this is a 2 month energetically, or moreover numerologically, and 2 can represent, as I just mentioned before, balance, so balance and harmony. So this is, the 2 is the notion of, I can even show you this card actually. See these 2 pillars? I've showed, actually that came up for a client recently, but this is also the number 11. So November is 11th month, and this is the doorway, so walking through the doorways towards positive change, okay? It also represents the number 11, which I'm feeling that some of you, or many of you, will be seeing this number, if you haven't already, which a lot of you are, seeing the number 11, or in any way, shape or form, as well as 1111. 1111, I think, will be happening a lot more because it's a play on the doubles, the 2, okay? So 11, 1 plus 1 is 2, and we're in a 2 month this at the moment. So 2 represents balance, unity, harmony, but it can also be the other end of the spectrum, which is chaos, imbalance, duality. Okay, duality is about your own inner intuition and being in alignment, versus the other side of the coin, which is the ego self. So being out of alignment, being in chaos and fear. And now, all this dark energy that's hovering over our world and has been for quite some time, and all this underground movement and all this stuff going on. It's all there as an amplifier of this duality. Okay, this is not how life is meant to be. What this represents is, as we were seated as a soul, we were one, and when we're on the other side, we're at one with the universe. When you have those sublime moments, either spiritual moments or just beautiful moments in life, then you'll have a feeling of peace, because that's wholeness and oneness. Duality is two, so feeling separated from God, okay? And being separated from God is when we start to buy into the illusions. It's when we start to buy into fear, and that's when we start to go chaotic and angry and sporadic, and we're not balanced and harmonious. We can be scattered and have this feeling of angst and anxiety, and all this stuff comes up, and we just focus only on the outside things of life and everyday matters, and we get just caught up, I guess is a good way to put it, in things. When we are holistic, when we view ourselves and our connection to the universe as a whole, and we don't focus so much on those outer events, then solutions come, answers come, we're more connected, we're more guided, and we hear the callings of the universe and spirit speaking to us through messages in all sorts of ways, shapes and form. That's when the universe comes alive, okay? But when we're all just caught up in everything, we don't see it. We miss the signs, and we just stumble through life, and we just go through the motions and go through that endless cycle of work, home, sleep, do all the things we need to do, because there's so much. As a family person, I know I've got 2 kids, trying to work, trying to get all my stuff together as well. Like, there's a lot going on, and sometimes, life just gets in the way, okay? So just do the best that you can. Okay, so also with number 2, it's about harmony in relationships. So have a look at what you are learning at the moment and in the last few months and this year and over the last few years. What have you been learning about relationships? One, in terms of soulmate relationships, so those of you who are in or have been in a relationship. And those of you looking for relationships, right down to exes and so on. Okay, so we're still going through this process of releasing. That's a big theme for this year, and it has been over the last several years. But this is a grand one, okay? For lack of a better word, the word purge keeps coming up. If you've seen that movie Purge, which is pretty horrific, that really is probably a movie, made from darkness. But anyway, yeah, bad analogy, but we're really going through this purge of negative emotions and negative things happening to us. And you'll see this also in the world around you. How can you not? Okay. So, so what I want to say at this point is make sure that you are understanding the messages, so about relationships. Okay, again, now whether that's a kind of the love relationships or also friendships and other family relationships and whatever it is for you, including work. So what we need to know is we are learning what makes us tick, what affects us. There are things from the past that are still affecting us, that have been buried deep down, that are coming up to the surface. They have been for some time now. So what is it that you're not expressing? What is it you're struggling to find an answer to? What keeps surfacing? What keeps coming up as a mirror or a shadow in your life? Okay, really take a look at that. Look at those last few remnants and learn from it. Then you can move on. So when you move on from that and you learn from that and you express your needs and you recognize your needs, and you clear away all that emotional turmoil and all the chaos, then you can really start to form more connected relationships, to reunite, to reconnect, and to reignite that fire and all of that. Okay, so all of this is worth waiting for. One little clue in relationships is to work on your chemistry. Those of you in relationships, when you have that chemistry, everything else kind of like lights up around that. So that's something you could work on. You have gone through a period of rebuilding in your life, trying to, you know, pick up all those pieces and make a life for yourself. But it feels like you can never get those pieces together, okay? They've been scrambled. So that's what's been so confusing and frustrating for so many people. So this month and this time period in general, ask you just to try and focus on wholeness, on harmony, and to also find some joy in your life, okay? Just step out and do something good for you. Work on that solar plexus area as the chakra coming up this month, as well as the third eye and the crown chakra, the higher chakras for your communication with the divine and being able to receive messages. And, you know, patience and planning also comes up with the number 2 as well. So plan ahead when you're feeling more clear. Clarity is not always going to come, so just beware of that. But when you are clear, go for it. So those 2 parts of yourself uniting. Again, here we have another image of duality, or the 2. I've shown you this card before if you've been following me for a while. But see, it's the 2 sides. It really comes through clearly, okay? This is about developing your own sense of power. And again, that aligns with the solar plexus chakra that I just mentioned. And I'm seeing, so I mentioned the crown and the third eye, but see how the purple and the red colours there are in this card as well, okay, more or less. And I'm seeing a lot of orange there, so fire energy. So really, really get that fire energy going, which is about creativity, passion, and in relationships and in your own work and your dreams. But also the spirituality is important. And I wanted to say with that fire energy as well as the purple, it's transmutational energy, okay? Burning away all of that which no longer serves you, so that you can align in those 2 parts of yourself. This you could also see as the ego self versus the higher self. You could see this as wisdom and power, just reintegrating and connecting with your higher self. Okay, being less the lower self, which is so attached to this world and everything going on, and the lower energies. Okay, there is hope for everyone. When you make a choice, just go with what feels spiritually aligned with you, what brings light and hope. And once you find some clarity, take action, but truth will be important along this journey. In marriages, you can ask an angel named Daniel to help you with your relationships or any kind of relationships that you're in, as well as the romance angels and Shamuel as well. So that just coming up as well. Okay. All right. So all the best, everybody. I'll see you again next month. So under this video, you'll see the details for my monthly newsletter, where I always give you guidance as well as spiritual articles and all sorts of stuff. So see the link below and subscribe for free. Thank you everybody for continuing to watch and follow me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to connecting more with you in the future. Okay, see you guys. Bye.